Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
What's up, Sarah?
Hey.
What's up?
Well, I've got a kind of interesting question. Interest rates are really bad right now. I know that. I understand that. We have a situation with our neighbors that has just become increasingly toxic.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had to, call the police on them, and a lot of bad things have gone down. I won't go into all the details, but I still would like to move because I feel like this is a bad situation for me and my family, and I feel like we can afford to move, but my husband is it's killing him to try to sell this house with the interest rates. What would you say?
Because what's your interest rate right now?
It's like 7%, something around there. Yeah.
Okay.
And the houses are expensive in this area.
Yeah. So the house you're living in now, how long have you been living there?
We've been living here for 8 years.
And you've got 7%. It's not less?
Right now we're at like a 2.5 at a 15-year.
Oh,
okay, that's what I'm
y'all have
trying
a great
to...
rate he doesn't want to sell.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to verify.
Yeah.
When you said it was 7, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Look, that's the quandary. That's the conundrum that so many Americans are facing. It's like, okay, am I just going to live in this house forever? Because I didn't intend to, but at the same time, I don't want to take, a 5% hit on my interest rate. So the way I like to frame this in my brain is you don't let the market, interest rates, all these other factors that we can't control determine when it's time to buy a house. What determines truly when it's time for you to buy a house, when it's time for you to move, is A, if you can afford to, and B, if you want to. And they have to go together. If you can afford to, that's thing one. That's got to be in place. And then you've got, do we want to move? Is this the best for us and for the picture that we have of our family? So those are the things that go together. In this case, it sounds like they're both aligning, but it sounds like your husband is a little bit more like looking at the numbers. He's more of the math guy, right?
He's a little bit of a Scrooge, yeah. But
okay, but hold on. But
it's good.
Give me some insight into what's going on, because if I had a bad neighbor situation where I had to call the police to keep my family safe,
yeah,
and my wife came to me in tears and said, "I've got to get out of here," I don't care what we're renting.
I know, right?
I'm out. Okay. So either the neighbors aren't that bad. Are they loud? Are they sitting in like one of those little kiddie pools that they got at Walmart and they're drinking too much?
Or are they selling like drugs and
are
crack
they violent?
Yeah.
There's a combo. There's the loud music, but also the wife has become increasingly hostile to my husband, screaming and swearing at him, and just for whenever she can. And then their kids have been just historically really unkind to my kids, but then now they've just taken to always flipping them off. And then it got really bad. Rocks were thrown at our house, and there was messages written on our driveway saying "move out" and all this kind of stuff. And so we called the cops. The cops told us to put up cameras, and after we did, the wife of this other house published online that we're perverts trying to watch them in their pool. And
I really feel like I'm on Maury right now. This is good radio.
You are not the father.
And then we told him to get off my lawn. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude, this is like taking us back to middle school, like elementary school. So
right, yeah.
I don't know. Why isn't your husband concerned about this?
He is. We had the cops come over. The cops saw our footage of our cameras and saw we're not looking at them at all. We're just looking at our own property because they're the ones who are throwing the rocks. They've done it many times, and we just need camera proof now. And anyways, so he is upset. We had the cops tell them not to trespass, but at the same time, they're still flipping us off. It's just still an ugly situation.
Well, so it's twofold here. Number one, you have a picture of your house, of this life you want to have, and it's where all the adults are rational and all the kids get along, and that's not your world, right?
Right.
So you have to make peace with either A, I'm going to teach my kids. There's just those kids are growing up in a tough situation. And so we are going to not give them space in our souls. We're going to head out. and you're not going to play with them. They're rude, and if they flip you off, that's rude, and we're going to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can walk away. And it's that old saying, not by your hand, but in your lap. You didn't cause this, and yet here it is. And when you take responsibility for your own life, it always comes with consequences. Always. I refuse to be abused anymore. Okay, well, now you're a single mom, and you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
I refuse to be in debt anymore. Okay, tough guy, now you got to work 3 jobs for the next 2 years. It always comes with something. So if you say, I am sick of my kids getting flipped off, which you should be, by the way. I'm sick of my husband. Next thing, she's going to accuse my husband of something, and it's going to be a mess. Totally get it. And you're going to have to sacrifice 4% on an interest rate somewhere or rent for a year.
Let's talk about these dollars and cents, because I want to know a little bit more of whether, if you do choose to move, if you truly can buy a house or if you would be renting. Because I definitely don't want you to think you can afford to move and buy another house if you truly can't. So do you have any other debt?
Okay. No, we really have tried to do the Dave Ramsey principles, and we don't have any other debt. We have a house is worth $440,000. We have $140 left on it, so we do have a big chunk to put down on another house. We just have to find a buyer in this market.
Okay. And do you have an idea of where you would go? Have you started pricing out things? Or are you just making a lateral move? Or are you trying to move up?
Oh, you've been looking for houses for months, haven't you?
Yeah, so we did have a contingency offer. Yeah, but it fell through. Anyways.
She's like, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, sorry.
So as long as you know, obviously you and your husband have to get on the same page about this, and you know the way we teach. I don't want you going into a 30-year mortgage. I want you on a 15-year fixed. Is that what you were looking at?
We were going to do the 30 and then change when
Girl,
the rates get better.
You would.
No. Come on, Sarah. Do you know why we suggest a 15-year fixed?
Right. So you can build wealth and
I don't want you in debt for 30 years. In 30 years, you're going to be, I'm going to guess 60. You don't want to be paying a mortgage that long. I want you out of debt so you can build wealth. So 15-year fixed where the payment's no more than 25% of your take-home pay.
And family, put a sign in the yard. Y'all are spending months worrying about how long it's going to take to sell the house. You could have had a sign in the yard 60 days ago, and you'd be halfway home. Put the house up for sale and see what happens. And then be ready to rock and roll.